Hello everyone, this is Saptarshi Day. I'm the Technical Delivery Manager at Valodi Consulting. Today session we are going to look at the journal entry periodic process for the journal entry framework in 10.5.3 release. The agenda for today's session would include processing periodic and lease event journal entries and rolling the business unit open accounting period. The first demo we'll see for the processing periodic and lease event journal entries. For this, I'll switch to the TRIRIGA screen. I'm logged into TRIRIGA using a lease accountant profile, and for processing the journal entries, we need to go to the process lease journal entry manager either via the related links in the home portal or via the contracts menu, financial submenu, and the process lease journal entry option. I have this manager open here, and for processing the journal entries, we'll have to create a new record. We'll provide the required fields. So I'll provide the name as process demo. I'll provide the business unit for which I want to process the journal entries. I'll say retail, and I'll pick the business unit from the drop down. So once I select the business unit, the open period on the business unit would be set as a fiscal period for the process record. So currently the open period is July of 2017. So the fiscal period for this process record will be July of 2017. Then the lease search scope for this demo, I'll keep it as all asset leases, and the process type I'll keep it as period and lease event JEs, and then I'll create the record retrieve for click on retrieve for getting the periodic and lease event JEs for that period. So when I click on retrieve, the record closes and the status changes to processing for fetching the journal entry record for the period. I'll refresh this to see the processing is completed. Yeah, so now the status has changed back to draft, which means the processing has completed. And if I open the record, now I'll have a section available for periodic journal entries and these event journal entries. So as you can see, there are 36 periodic journal entries which were retrieved by the process record. And if I go to the lease event JEs tab, there are 44 lease event JEs which have been retrieved. So once if all the JEs are data is correct, then the next step for processing the journal entry is to issue the process record. And so I'll click on the issue action. So issue action triggers the approval process on the process record, and since there is no approval rules configured out of box for the process lease journal entry, so this would get auto issued. And once I'll open the issued record, so in the issued state, the process journal entry is read only, and we have two options of either completing the process journal entry record or revising the process journal entry record. So in case there any issue is identified with the periodic journal entry or the lease event journal entry, and we need to retrieve or reprocess the fetch for the journal entry, we can revise the record and retrieve the journal entries again. Or if all journal entries are correct and we want to complete the process, we have to click on complete action. So once we click on complete, the system will create the journal entry DTO records for all all the J's which are there in the periodic process, and the lease event J's which are also in the process record. Um, so once the DTO records are all created, the status would change to completed, and I can get the DTO records under journal entry DTO option under the contracts financial submenu. So this is a DTO record for the financial which is available, and this is a DTO manager, and I will put a fiscal period for which I'll just now process the record 7. So this is one of the journal entry details which have been created from the completion of the process lease journal entry record. So as you can see, it has all the journal entry details, the business unit detail, lease detail, and then it has the general ledger code, the amount, the debit amount, and the segment values for the journal entry. So once the DTO processing is done, we can export the DTO file or integrate the DTO file as required to the general ledger system of the business unit, and that completes the periodic processing for the journal entries. So I'll switch back to the presentation. The next demo is I'll show the rolling of the business unit after completion of the periodic process. Rolling of the business unit open period after completion of the periodic process. So I'll go back to the TRIRIGA screen, and for rolling the current open period on the business unit, we have to use the same process of lease accounting period close, which was used for the initial period setup on the business unit. And I have this manager open over here, and we'll have to create a new record for rolling the business unit. So this record, I will name it as retail close 17/07. I'll select the calendar, and then I'll create the record. Select the business unit. So this will show all business units which are using the standard calendar. So I'll select the retail business unit for which I want to close the period, and I'll close the current open period, which is 2017 07 timeout. So once the close period is selected, I will issue the record. This will close the window, and then I will fetch the record back. It is so yeah. So now the record has got issued, and once it is issued, it would set uh, the July 2017 as a close period on the business unit, and August 2017 as the open period for the business unit. So I opened the business unit record, and as you can see, the last close fiscal period on the business unit is July 2017, and current open fiscal period is August 2017. This with this, the lease accountant would complete the periodic monthly periodic process, and I'll switch back to the presentation. So, and that's the last topic for the session. And thank you everyone for joining.